From a simple exchange of handwritten notes to a billion-dollar industry driven by consumerism, Valentine's Day transformed into a major gift-giving occasion. This commercialization has grown exponentially, turning Valentine's Day into a holiday that generates billions in revenue each year. Have you ever wondered how Valentine's Day, a day of love and affection, became a commercialized holiday fueled by consumerism? Well, to find the answer, we need to journey back in time to ancient Rome and its pagan fertility festivals such as Lupercalia. Celebrated on the Ides of February, Lupercalia was a festival dedicated to Faunus, the Roman god of agriculture, and Romulus and Remus, the founders of Rome. But how did a festival devoted to agriculture and the mythical founders of Rome morph into a holiday centered around romantic love? The answer lies in the story of Saint Valentine, a Roman priest who was martyred on February 14th in the 3rd century AD. Legend has it that Saint Valentine was executed for performing secret weddings for young lovers, defying the emperor's decree that young men were better soldiers if they remained unmarried. Over time, Saint Valentine's Day, celebrated on February 14th, became associated with love and romance. The tradition of sending handwritten notes of affection became popular in Britain in the 17th century, and by the mid-18th century, friends and lovers exchanged small tokens of affection or handwritten notes. This practice continued to evolve, and by the 19th century, printed cards began to replace handwritten letters due to improvements in printing technology. From its roots in ancient Rome to its association with a martyred saint, Valentine's Day has always been a celebration of love and affection. But the journey from a simple exchange of handwritten notes to a billion-dollar industry driven by consumerism is a more recent phenomenon. In the 20th century, with the rise of mass-produced greeting cards, chocolates, and floral arrangements, Valentine's Day transformed into a major gift-giving occasion. Businesses, especially greeting card companies and chocolatiers, began promoting Valentine's Day as an opportunity to express love and affection through material gifts. This commercialization has grown exponentially, turning Valentine's Day into a holiday that generates billions in revenue each year. As it turns out, the commercialization of Valentine's Day has roots in the not-so-distant past. This transformation has been both fascinating and a little disconcerting, as we see how a celebration of love and affection has become so tightly woven with consumerism. The 20th century brought about a significant shift in the way Valentine's Day was celebrated. The advent of mass production saw greeting cards, chocolates, and floral arrangements become the new norm for expressing sentiments of love and affection. These tangible tokens of love, readily available and beautifully packaged, began to replace the handwritten letters and homemade gifts of the past. Businesses, particularly greeting card companies and chocolatiers, seized this opportunity, promoting Valentine's Day as a major gift-giving occasion. They crafted enticing advertisements, appealing to the romantic in everyone, and successfully transformed the Day of Love into a commercial extravaganza. It was no longer about expressing heartfelt emotions, but rather about who could give the most lavish gift. This commercialization of Valentine's Day has undeniably been a profitable venture for businesses, reaping billions each year. But one must pause and ask, at what cost? What has been the true cost of this commercial transformation? Businesses have found a way to capitalize on our feelings of heartbreak, loneliness, and societal pressure to participate in Valentine's Day. In the modern era, marketing strategies have evolved to exploit these emotional vulnerabilities. Clever advertisements and promotions are designed to tug at our heartstrings and make us believe that buying certain products or services will alleviate our emotional distress or enhance our romantic relationships. For those who may feel excluded or marginalized during this holiday, the onslaught of advertising campaigns can be overwhelming. Businesses target these individuals with messages of self-love and self-care, often linked to the purchase of their products. From perfumes promising confidence to chocolates claiming to comfort, the aim is to sell, sell, sell. The commercialization of Valentine's Day is not just about selling products, it's about selling emotions. It's about tapping into our deepest desires and fears, using them to drive consumer behavior. And in this game of hearts and wallets, we must ask ourselves, who is really profiting? Social media and influencers have played a significant role in perpetuating the Valentine's Day industrial complex. This is an era where love is often defined by the number of likes, shares, and comments. It's a world where the grandest gestures of affection are performed for the camera, packaged in a filter, and served to an audience eagerly consuming sponsored content. Influencers armed with their persuasive power and significant reach are often seen promoting lavish gifts and experiences. These sponsored posts, while seemingly harmless, paint a picture of love that's unattainable for many. They set unrealistic expectations, making the ordinary seem inadequate. And it's not just about the gifts. Social media platforms have become stages where individuals curate and present idealized images of romance and affection. The pressure to keep up with these portrayals can be overwhelming. It often leads to feelings of inadequacy and fosters a culture of comparison. So what we have is a cycle where businesses use influencers to promote their products. Influencers create content around these products, and consumers, in their quest to mimic these lifestyles, fuel the sales. What's important to remember is that this hyper-commercialization of love doesn't define what love truly is. Love is not about grand gestures or expensive gifts. It's about genuine connections and shared experiences. The virtual world has only amplified the commercial pressures of Valentine's Day, but it's up to us to navigate through this with authenticity and self-awareness. It's time to critically evaluate the commercial pressures of Valentine's Day. As we've journeyed together through the history and evolution of Valentine's Day, we've seen how it has transformed from a simple celebration of love into a massive commercial enterprise. Businesses have capitalized on our emotional vulnerabilities, exploiting feelings of heartbreak, loneliness, and societal pressure to participate in this holiday. But what if we decided to challenge these practices? What if we chose to see through the glossy advertisements and shiny gift ideas to the heart of what Valentine's Day should truly be about? Consider this. Instead of buying into the commercial hype, we could express our love and affection in more authentic, meaningful ways. A handwritten letter, a shared experience, or simply spending quality time together can be far more valuable than any store-bought gift. And let's not forget the importance of genuine connections. In a world filled with digital interactions and carefully curated online personas, real face-to-face connections matter. They're what make us human, and they're what make love, in all its forms, so incredibly special. Lastly, amidst the flurry of hearts and roses, remember to practice self-care. It's okay if you're single on Valentine's Day. It's okay if you're feeling lonely. It's okay to put yourself first, to love yourself, and to treat yourself kindly, because at the end of the day, the most important relationship you'll ever have is the one with yourself. This Valentine's Day, choose love over consumerism, choose authenticity over perfection, and most importantly, choose to love yourself.